All right, bamboo for sale, set number 2. Here we go. And again, this is also $330 plus shipping. Shipping should be in the vicinity of $100 US, depending on which country you live in. Give or take $20 should be the shipping rate. All right, this first piece we got is a nice 2.0. This would be a 2.0 flute, kind of slender, a nice curve at the bottom, some nice patterns. Slightly, do you see that? Oh, it's kind of slightly going over this way a little bit. It's not perfectly straight, but relatively so. If you made it at an angle like this, you could actually make it quite straight. And that would be fine. And just the flat surface of the bamboo would be a little bit off to the side this way. Maybe that's actually, if you're a right hand on the bottom player though, that would actually be pretty comfortable. All right, so that's the first piece. The second piece, this could be a 1.9 or a 2.0. It's kind of right in the middle there, and I believe the nodes are positioned so that either way would kind of work. Yep. If you wanted to do the 1.9, yeah, the 2.0 actually side would be better because the hole placement would come out better. If you made it into a 1.9, one of the holes would come a little bit too close to the nodes for my liking, so I would actually call this either a 1.95 or just a 2.0, depending on how you cut it. You could also make of course, out of any of these pieces, out of the lengths that I'm telling you, you could make a Giotti flute as well. If you're making them in a Giotti, you could make that even shorter. You could make a 1.9 Giotti out of this. You could probably even make a 1.8 Giotti if you wanted to. The way this is bent, right, it's got a curve to it going this way, right? You see that? But then this starts to kind of go down at the bottom. So what I would do if I were making this is probably shave off some more of the bottom part of this root end so that it feels a little bit more straight, just so it doesn't feel like it's going down at the bottom, right? And it's a very slight angle though, so I would use this as the front for this flute. We've got see, I wrote 1.6 on this, and it's probably accurate. Yes, it is. This would be for a 1.6, and the nodes should be just fine on that one. Let's see, 7. Yes. Just a straight up 1.6. There you go. Again, nice kind of caramel colored bamboo with a little bit of modeling on it as well. That's mottling with a T, not modeling with a D. Mottled bamboo. This would be a 1.8, be a wide bore 1.8. You see that relatively wide bore opening there, which of course would get a little bit narrower as you come down here. The node placement works out just right, very comfortably for a 1.8. It'd be a 1.8 if you even have some room to cut the end off a little bit more on that, and that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 node 1.8 for this one. So there you go. And again, this one is quite straight, right? It's got a little curve that way and nice and straight that way. And piece number 5, this one is the slightly funky one of the lot. This would be, well, I don't see, the top node is still on there, but this part's not reusable. I would create this one from here. It's got an interesting patterning on it. This is one of those pieces of bamboo that kind of died before it was harvested, and it's got this kind of like a speckled pattern from fungus that was living in it before it was roasted and dried. You can also see in this one there's a crack. I've already filled this crack in so that it doesn't open anymore. You need to make it, I think, with bindings to be completely comfortable, but it cracked a little bit here, so I filled that in there's a furniture wood glue that I use, and it's pretty good at keeping these cracks stable and preventing them from opening. Of course, I can't guarantee anything 100%, but that's why I set the price for these a little bit less expensively, is because in each set there's usually one that has something a little bit funky about it, which is this one in this case. And let's see, as far as the node placement goes, you could you could make an 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you could make an 8 node 2.1. I would cut it right about here. I'd kind of leave a little extra on the top in order to make that a 2.1. And if you do that, the holes fall in comfortable positions that are not too close to the nodes. If you wanted to cut this a little bit shorter, you could conceivably make a 2.0 out of it, but at that point, one of the holes comes right on the nodes, and I don't like that. So don't do that unless you want to. It's your bamboo. You can do what you want with it. So there you go. So just to review once again, we've got this nice kind of slender, curvy 2.0, a 1.9, kind of, probably a 1.9, a little bit longer than a 1.9. Got the 1.6 with the nice coloring. You've got the 1.8, it's a bit of wide bore, it's a 6 node, and then you've got this one here that I just showed you. So there you go, 5 pieces.